one time I was driving in this exact spot right here, and a deer came charging out of the ditch, out of the field, hit the back of my minivan, and spun the back end of my minivan around. I couldn't believe it. I've never been hit by a deer, and it hit the back end, so I didn't even see it coming in this exact spot out of the ditch, and dented the van, but I felt worse for the animal than I did for the van. And I looked in my back mirror, and it was tumbling up down the road, and it got up and just kept running, and I thought, oh my dear gosh, I mean, I don't imagine it lived after that. There's probably no way. It must have broke its skull or its legs, but maybe it did miraculously somehow make it, and that's what I prayed for. But it ran into the bush, so there was no way. And I if I would have known then what I know now about hunting and everything, I would have contacted the ministry or somebody I knew, and they would have probably tracked the prints and the deer, and they could have harvested the deer for meat, help people who are starving and hungry. But there's a lot of people who do prefer to enjoy wild caught meat because it's the way our ancestors intended. We know it's grazing on natural grasses and doesn't have any kind of hormones or injections or colors or anything in it. So but I was young at the time. I was just having my children, and my oldest was hanging out with a friend up here they're actually still in a band together, or they were up until a while back in a band together. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I was supposed to be heading out on the ice fishing, but the weather is super bad. There was ice rain just a few minutes ago, and there's cars, and I didn't see any vehicles in the ditch, honestly, but the cars are going super slow. Tractor trailers are super slow. There's been some diversions of vehicles onto these back roads, so it's just best. And if you guys see that I go over the yellow line sometimes, I'm not drinking and driving or anything like that. When you grow up in the country, you kind of try to stay to the middle of the road, because if it's black ice, you can react a little bit better if there's no other vehicles coming, and you know for a stretch there's nobody ahead of you. I've just always been that way. I've always stayed hugging the center line or over it, let's say going around a corner. This corner here I just went through is super bad for accidents. But look how pretty this is, guys. This is what it's all about. So hopefully I'm gonna get out on the ice Friday fishing. Hopefully gonna get out on the ice on Friday fishing. And for now, actually gonna have a nice dinner, and I am going to snuggle up, rest up, and in a day or two we'll be making the same journey we just did right now. Guys, this is the old corner store where this vehicle is with the hazard lights on. I'm not sure why the hazard lights are on, but this is the old corner store just to the left there. Chip truck's closed. I wonder if I should go home this way. Let's go this way. A little bit more of a scenic route. Beautiful country home. Put you more in the middle here. But is that annoying to watch it that way? Can it be like that? You're seeing the center coast. That's a little better. Beautiful farmland. Let me know where you're watching from, guys. So there we go. Cheers, y'all. Hope you have a happy day. Peace.